Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Honeybee Stamps, and today we are going to be making a pet sympathy card. We are going to be using the Rainbow Bridge sentiment and die set from the new release. We're also going to be using puppy dog tails with the matching die set. And we are going to be using a heart die to cut out a piece of paper here. And we're also going to be using 2 pieces of paper from the Over the Rainbow paper pack from Honeybee Stamps. So let's go ahead and get started with this card. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and cut down the piece of paper with the clouds on it. And I'm cutting it at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but later on in the video, I actually end up cutting it to 4 by 5 1/4 because I need it to be a little bit smaller. Now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the die cut out from this rainbow piece of paper. And here I am placing the die onto the exact spot where I want the die cut to be. And I'm going to go ahead and get that taped down with some purple tape and go ahead and run that through the die cutting machine. Now that we have that out, I'm just going to place that on top of the panel. I'm just checking out to see exactly where I want things to be, which dog is going to fit, and all that great stuff. So we're going to go ahead and pick out this Dalmatian here, and we're going to go ahead and get the sentiment as well from the Rainbow Bridge sentiment set. We'll go ahead and place that into the mini Misty here, and then we're going to be using some Honeybee Stamps Black Intense ink to go ahead and get this stamped out. So I'm going to go ahead and get this good and inked up. I did rub the stamps before I put the ink on because, you know, that it just conditions the stamp and the ink sticks better to the stamp when you do that. So now that we have everything stamped out, we are going to go ahead and cut these out with using the matching dies. But before that, we are going to go ahead and glue the cloud down to the actual card base, which is 110-pound Neenah Solar White. We're going to go ahead and use some liquid glue from Honeybee Stamps on the back of this piece of paper, which the back is gorgeous. Like, I didn't even want to use it, but I needed the clouds. So I'm going to go ahead and get this placed onto the card base there, and my head shows up. So, you know, that's how I make sure that it gets even. I like to have like a thin white border around that. Next, we're just going to do some Copic coloring really quick of the Dalmatian here. We're just using 3 simple warm grays here. We're using W4, W2, and WO or W0 as well. And basically, I'm just taking each marker. I did the W4 around each dot of the Dalmatian. Then I'm taking the W2 and going around that. And then I'm going to take the W0 and then just color in everything else remaining. Now, but when you use light colors like this, you want to make sure that the ink is dry. I did dry it a little bit before I actually started coloring, because with the light colors, sometimes the ink may blend off or smear when it's not all the way dry yet. So now that we have this colored, we're going to go ahead and get the sentiment die down on here so we can go ahead and get that cut out. And then we'll also do the same with the dog, the matching die here. Now, I tell you guys this every time. I love the dies, but the word dies are just straight up magical. They just cut the sentiment out perfectly every time. I'm always happy with it, so I always have to say it. So here we are. I'm just trying to position where I want everything to be. Do I want the sentiment in the center? Do I want it on the side? Do I want it off the heart? You know, these are the kind of decisions that we have to make as card makers. And I thought I would leave this in just so that you could see, you know, what the process is. So I think this is how I'm going to want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and get that glued down. The first thing I'm going to do is glue down the heart. It's not going to be any dimension on the heart. And now that we have that down, we're going to go ahead and put some 3M foam tape on the back of the dog and also on the back of the sentiment. And this will give the card the dimension that I really wanted it to have. So now that we have all that down, we're going to go ahead and remove the backing, and the card is pretty much complete. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for supporting Honeybee Stamps. I love their latest release, and these images, they're pretty special to me because, I just, in March, one of my dogs passed away. So, it's still a little tender moment for me, but, um, I hope you appreciate this card, and make sure that you head over to the Honeybee Stamps store and check out all of the greatest release. Also, make sure you follow them on all the social media platforms. And then also make sure you check me out over on Instagram and YouTube by searching for Bromero Cards. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And I'll be back next week with another amazing card from this new amazing release. You guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.